This course, you will learn how you can create these 3D animated interactive websites. All of that will be used with AI. We're not going to be using any 3D software. Websites like these are possible in our day and age, the interactive scroll through websites. I'll share with you everything you need to know about websites, about AI websites, using AI in this full course. So if you watch, you'll be able to generate images, assets, videos like these. So make sure that you watch until the end, and then you'll have the design skills, the technical skills to build websites with all of these interactions. I built more than 100 websites with AI, and today I'll share with you the process of generating the assets, then converting that into actual 3D model that will be interactive using AI. I'm not affiliated or sponsored with any of the tools that I'm mentioning in this video. There is no affiliate link, so everything that I'll be sharing is just what I use personally. Feel free to use whatever you prefer. So let's start by looking for image that will turn into actual 3D interactive figures. So for example, I like this image. All I have to do is just copy that. Of course, I'd want to change it so it doesn't look like exactly like copy. Then I would just crop it in Figma. So I'm going to be using Figma for image generations, but you can use ChatGPT or whatever thing you prefer. And then for the prompt, it is very simple. There is a edit with prompt thing here. So if you use that, you can just click that. And for the prompt, I'm going to say, turn this robot to look forward, like front view. And also please make it standing so I can see full height of this robot and stuff. And remove the text elements as well as remove like the buttons and like the UI elements for this image. And make sure that GPT image 2 selected, and then we can just send it. Of course, I would like to increase the size, and let's wait and see what it comes back with. And this is what we've got. Actually, the right thing would need to be set, create a front view, left view, and the back view and the right view. So you would get this image. Then you would need to kind of separate it to separate images. And for the 3D thing itself, I found this website, again, not affiliated or sponsored with them. You would just click on here, select multi-view, and then just upload all of this stuff in these folders. Once uploaded, just click on generate the model, and in the meantime we need to start generating our UI elements. So for this, I'm going to go to motion sites. This is also not affiliated or sponsored. This is my personal website, so feel free to check that out. And here I want to find a UI that I'll paste my own the 3D form here. Let's start by typing something like robot in the search bar, and yeah, there is exactly this, which I really like. So what I need to do is just copy this, and then once I scroll, maybe I can find some other stuff, but I think that's pretty good. So now let's go to actually building our UI elements. So let's go to Claude and let's choose design. So I'm going to go to home and click on this design tab here. You can build it with Claude or with like Google Studio or with Lovable, whatever you prefer. And let's just paste the prompt, and I'm going to say build this. We don't really need Fable 5 for this, since this is just like a prompt, so Sonnet 5 will do pretty good here. And then we just send this and see what it comes back with. And this is the result that we've got. Now we need to replace it with an actual 3D figure. So let's go back to our 3D model, and it's actually not interactive right now. So what we need to do is click on animate, make sure to select good for humanoid, and then add an auto ring. Let's wait a couple of seconds for that. Once that's finished, just click on export, and let's choose GLB, right? And then just click on export, and let's wait a couple of seconds more. Once there, you can see that it's downloaded to your computer. It is really lightweight. Now we can just upload it to our Claude. So just drag it into here. Okay, it says couldn't upload the file. Let's try to actually put that same prompt into Claude, not prompt, the 3D thing into Claude, and seeing if it's going to accept it. So I'm just going to drag it here. And as you can see, Claude does accept it. So let's rebuild the whole thing with Claude. Let's create a new folder, copy the prompt again, paste into Claude, and then let's choose Opus 5 and build it quickly. Let's wait a couple of seconds until it finishes the job. Now let's just drag our prompt, not a prompt, our 3D thing, and say replace the background image with this model and make so the model follows the cursor. And let's just send that and see what it comes back with. And there we have it, just very simple, quick, the illustration 3D thing that we built in less than 5 minutes. Let's now get into the second project, so you can take a break for a few minutes or get straight into building the next project. The second project would be to creating this scrolling website with this transition. So it is very easy to create, and I'll share with you the whole process again. So let's go to Pinterest, and here we will need to find basically just reference image that we want to use. So let's say I like this image, and then I would scroll a little bit more down to find something else. Let's say I like this image as well. So let's work with this one, and maybe just a little bit different. Let's work with this actually. This one has 0 likes, so probably the best option is this one. And the way that I want to turn this image into this video is by using AI again. So let's find our project and let's copy image here, and then all I have to do is just edit with prompt and copy this, paste it into here, and I'm gonna say create the same image as this, the same position of the element, the hand, but use this reference image for that, the styles and stuff like that. Keep it to be an Asian girl. And then we just click on edit this image and wait a couple of seconds. And here we have the result. So now we can just start, like, replace that. And for that, we're going to be using Seedance 2.0. So I'm going to use Hixfieldy, and I'm not affiliated, no reference links for anything in this video. And then what we have to do is just upload this video that we had original as a reference. I'm going to go to motion sites, and I'm going to find that design. So just click on recent, it is here on top. So all you have to do is just click on this, and then we can just build it out. So let's go to new chat, let's create a new folder, and low, because like this is literally a prompt, and let's just send that and see what it comes back with. Our video that we can now upload as a reference to Seedance 2. So the way that we're going to do that is we're going to upload one video as a reference and then say animate the video similar to how the image is animated. So here is an example. There is this video, and then I uploaded this image as a reference. I uploaded this image as a reference, and I said animate this image similar to how this video is animated. And he created this video. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna just download this video from the prompt, and then I'm gonna just upload it to Seedance. Make sure the Seedance to selected. Let's see how many seconds this video is. 7 seconds, so we can choose 7 seconds here. And we're gonna just copy this image from Figma. We're gonna paste it straight into here. And let's wait a couple of seconds. Again, just select the first image and then select the video. And for the prompt, create a video exactly as the video one. Do not change anything. 7 seconds, bitrate standard, and let's just click on generate. And in the meantime, let's get into our Claude so we can see that it generated our website exactly as the prompt from a single prompt. Again, this is what you get from every single prompt at motion sites. That is why I built it, because you don't want to spend a lot of credits on wasting something. But here you can just find any design that you like. We have 400 prompts, website prompts already, and I'm adding every single day at least 5 prompts. So there's going to be 1,000 prompts very soon. And just like that, we have the video in the styles, but with the image that might be our own product or even our own face or something that we can have in a matter of minutes. Now let's just go back to Claude and ask, please replace the video in the first section to be this one. And then you just either upload it or just send a link. And then let's just wait a couple of seconds to see the updated version. And there we have it. Let's just try to make all of the content in the first section to be white, except the halo S1, make it pure black. And also the reserve button with the stroke pure black. So these two elements, I want to try making them pure black and seeing how it's going to look like. This section I think is pretty good in this color just for the diversity, but let's wait and see what it updates with. And as you can see it working in real time, I can see that it's updated already our headline, and then it updated the button, which is great. Yeah, I think it's perfect. Let's move on to the third project. We will build this website with all of these interactions. You'll see me live building it, generating the images, the videos. Let's get into it. Go to cursor.com/download and it'll take you a few minutes to install. To start, again, just click on this plus button and then you'll be able to start chatting with AI. I'm going to click new folder. Let's name it new website. And here I'm going to choose Grok 4.5. High fast, and let's start from a simple prompt. We're going to say build us a website for a AI driven car company, fictional, let's say, and we're going to have around 4 to 5 sections. Keep the background pure black. I'll generate some images later. You don't need to worry about that. And let's just send that and see what would be the first result. And this is what we've got as the first draft. We can improve on some things. First, the fonts, and second one, I think the structure can be improved as well. Let's go to the website called Motion Sites, and here I showed you this in the beginning. I can copy the prompt, I can paste into my Notes app, and now just basically copy this to get all of the styles. I can paste it here. Let's see. And I can say something like, I will send you a prompt that is for unrelated websites. Please do not implement it. Take the design from that website and implement it into our current website. So the structure, which is iEra, the website name, the content, the sections, all of the copy that you already created, the reserve, join, the first drive in the footer, etc., etc. Keep everything the same. Just apply the new design. Do not take anything from the previous, from the prompt that I will send you below. And now let's just send this prompt and see what it comes back with. And this is what we've got. As you can see, it looks very cool. We have now super cool fonts and the website looks much more engaging now, which is pretty cool. But again, we need to add some assets to make it look much more cooler. So what I will do is just go to motionsites.ai and find a background that you like. Since this is just a concept, I can just copy the link and this is how the video will look like. We can apply that to the hero section of our website. And later, I can also show you how you can generate custom assets for your website. So, but for hero section, I want to just paste this. So let's open it here, and I'm going to say, add this video as the background of the hero section, and also apply to it blending mode of exclusion. And let's just send that and see what it comes back with. The reason that we need a blending mode is exclusion. Let's take a screenshot of this background and let's paste it here. I'm going to increase this. And let's now take a screenshot of the video, basically copy the image of here. And if I apply, you can see that the background of the video is different. But if I give it a blending mode of exclusion, it will now blend in naturally. So this is a CSS property that basically cursor, as you can see, applied to our video. And now we have animated video. Let's ask it to kind of move it a little bit up. Let's actually remove the words that says an AI-driven vehicle that reads the roads before you do. Let's remove that, and I think we don't need to change the position of the video because this is not really readable. We already have the description here. So as you can see, it like very quick in terms of how it applies the edits. For this section, we can generate something customly. Let's go to a website called Landbook for Inspiration. So there is a lot of these websites that you can just look inspiration, and I think actually XAI is a great place to look for some inspirations. So I can just see what kind of assets they have. This background looks pretty cool. I can just literally copy that and I can say add this image as the background of the product area 1 profile section. Again, this is just a concept. This is not a production website, so I'm not sending it to the clients or anything like that. That's why I'm just copying these images just to show you how you can build very cool websites very quickly. Add this image as the background of the product area, and let's just put like this so it knows where to put it. And then we can also like say you have to build something like that for this section. So I'm just going to take a screenshot of this. And I'm also going to say, but actually that wouldn't make sense on the car website if we just add like an asset like this. Remove the stroke around this section and align the text in this section horizontally centered. Remove the stroke around this image. And let's copy this. Centered this. Let's just send that and see what it comes back with. Basically what it did, it's just centered the text above it, which is not bad, but I think we can do something even more better. I'm gonna say move this text inside of the image and center align it there, and also make it take the full width of the page, so there's no paddings on the left side and the right side. And from the bottom and from the top, add a kind of gradient that will make the seamless transition from the color of our background to transparent, if you know what I mean. And let's just send that and see what it comes back with. And this is what we've got. As you can see, this is exactly what I mentioned. Even better would be if we can get this animated. So for animation, just feel free to use Kling AI or Sidness 2.0. I'm going to check if I have something at motion size that will fit our style in terms of animations. I think this would look pretty cool, but of course we can change the color. But all I have to do is say, actually in the background in the second section, let's place this video, but make the saturation to be 0. And let's just send that and see what it comes back with. And this is what we've got. It's not really readable, so what we can do is do the same thing to reduce the opacity to 70% and also make the blending mode of exclusion. So let's see what it comes back in, if it's going to look better now. Now, if we have two videos, one next by one, it does look a little bit distracting. So let's swap these sections. I'm going to say, move the section which says the car form follows intention down, 2 sections down. And also I'm going to remove this section completely since it's too similar to this one. And then we can just, and I like how quick is this model, which is Grok 4.5 high fast. Usually I would, if I have to do some edits, I would pause the video, but now I think I don't really need even to pause this of how quickly it is. Sometimes provides update. Yeah, as you can see that we already have this section moved down. And let's remove this section. So all I have to do is just copy that, and I'm going to say remove this section completely. And I'm going to just paste all of this, and AI is great at figuring stuff out. So now we have removed that section. We need to do something creative here. Let's center align this section horizontally. Let's try to explain this time so you'd understand it. So I'm going to say center align this section horizontally with the box that is next to it. Hopefully it will not do the same as it did for the previous section. But now we need to figure out on some cool things that we can add. Yeah, as you can see, it did perfectly. One thing with AI models, they like to add these strokes or borders, and this is not usually great design practice to do that. So let's say in the footer, there is a divider stroke above the footer. Let's get rid of that. And let's just send that and see if it's going to look better. Let's also preview how it looks on mobile. So let's just drag it like this. And as you can see, it looks great on mobile. The AI created the mobile adaptation. Everything looks perfect. Let's see if it did. So yeah, it did remove that. And now we'll need to just find a way to create something creative with this section. So for this section, let's actually place this image that we copied earlier. And we're going to say in the section, which is experience, for this placeholder, let's place this image inside of this. Remove the stroke from this image kind of sections, and also on that let's add some stats section, like 2 numbers. Numbers would be the same font size as the headline, and then under numbers let's have a small description similar, like 4 to 5 words. So it's just what I'm trying to do is add some kind of text in here so it doesn't look so empty. But let's wait and see what it comes back with and if we need to iterate on it. This is what we've got. Make rounded corners of this image around 30 pixels. And I'm also going to copy just like a random logo. Let's paste it in Figma, make it white. Oops. Copy this as an image. And I'm going to say, also place this logo and align it to the top inside of this card. And let's just wait and see what it comes back with. For the numbers, 0.2 seconds and 99.9%, let's decrease the size by around 20%. Because now it's kind of distracting from the main headline, and the main thing in web design is hierarchy. So, and yeah, this is the homepage. Let's ask it to create the rest of the pages, which is model and experience. So let's say that in the navbar, there are 2 links, which is model and experience. Let's actually build separate pages for them. Use the same font styles, the kind of design direction that we already established in the homepage. Just build those 2 pages with around each having 4 to 6 sections. And let's actually here select not fast, but max mode. Let's do max mode. And with max mode enabled, let's send it. And here's the result. As you can see, it used the same kind of styles and design language that we already established to build the rest of the pages. And if you just spend a little bit more time on each of these sections using the same techniques that I showed you in the beginning of this video, you'll be able to achieve the very cool result for this website in just a couple of hours or even less than that. Let's move on to the third project, which would be building a website, interactive website for a fintech company, which is kind of these interactive cards that you will learn how you can build using AI, and a website that you can build for a company with these cards. For our future website, just scroll through until you find something that you like. Another website for inspiration is Seesaw. Just go here, and here there's a lot of different animated websites that you can take inspiration for your future website. You always want to see what looks good. You don't want to create something that AI would create without any inspiration. Once you found something, just take a screenshot and go to bold. Let's go to bold.new. And here I'm going to just paste it. I usually like to select max just to give me a better version. And here I'm just going to say build this here section, but rewrite all of the text to be about a fintech website. Let's say we are mobile friendly bank, and rewrite the whole text on that, but keep the same number of characters. So for now, we're just going to build this website, and also I'm going to probably should have asked it to keep the background black, and then we're going to add the interactive element in the center. So let's wait and see what it comes back with. And here's our result, and as you notice, it doesn't look nothing like AI generated website. For example, the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse of AI generated websites are these. So we have this letter spacing, we have this kind of gradient plus light color background, then we have this green color, this gradients on the cards. And as you've noticed, we don't have any of that just because we use some examples and some of the screenshots as well as some of the techniques. If you would just ask AI to build me here section for a fintech website, let's say we're a mobile friendly bank, and this is what it would generate. Let me show you in a bit, without any prompts, without any kind of references. And this is what you've received. This is really AI generated website without any prompts. So this is not recommended if you would create like this. Still good as an MVP, but if you want to create like a professional website for your company, better to look something like this.
after we even add some interaction to it. So for interactions, there's a lot of different ways. You can go to 21st Dev. There's a lot of different components. You can go to shaders.com. There's a lot of different stuff that you can also add to your website. I'm going to take something from motion sites. So here I'm just going to click on sections, and there's this animated cards component. This is exactly what we need for our project. So I'm just going to click on copy here, and I'm just going to go to our website that we just generated. I'm going to say place these cards on our hero section. Or I can just paste this and add this to our hero section. And let's just send it and see what it comes back with. This is the result that we've got. We have the videos playing in the background. We also have this interactive element that is moving. And what I want to do is just move it more to the right side so it doesn't overlap with the text. So that's what I'm going to say. Let's move this whole component around 100 pixels to the right side. And also let's write the headline in this way. And I also want to create a better kind of breakpoints for this. So I'm just going to copy that. I'm going to paste it here, and I'm going to say send receive money. And here we're going to break from the new line instantly from your phone anywhere. Like this. So it's 3 lines. And let's just send it and see what it comes back with. Let's make these cards interactive, so similar to kind of this website where we can hover the mouse and some effect will do. This is very easy to do inside of Vault, and for that, all that I have to do is just go to my project, and I'm gonna say, since we have the connector, I'm gonna click here, and connector shaders is turned on, and now I'm just gonna say, add instead of the videos inside of our cards, let's have some shaders. So you can choose randomly some that would fit here. And let's insert a video inside of our cards. Let's just send it and see what it comes back with. And this is the result that we have. We can hover, we can interact with our mouse, and everything works well without any lags. If you've been following and you've been building something together with me, just take a screenshot or record a video, post it on Twitter. Make sure that you tag me. I'm reviewing everybody who tags me, and if I like your work, I'll contact you and we can work on some other components. But otherwise, this is a great way to grow your account. As you can see, I'm just posting what I do, and my posts get consistently a lot of likes because Twitter is very visual space. So if you tag me or tag a company that you build a website with, they probably can repost it as well if it's really, really good quality. Let's build another project. So by the end of this video, you'll have 2 portfolio-ready websites of a good quality that you can share with your clients. So the first one we're going to do, the second one that we're going to do today is this one. And the best way to find websites that you can build is going to the awards. There's a lot of beautiful 3D animated websites that you can take inspiration from. So one that I like is this one. It has this cool mask effect behind the video, which is an interesting thing to do. So we'll try to do that using Bolt today. So first I'm going to go to Pinterest and find a picture of the moon. All that I have to do is just type moon, black, something like that, and just create it. Maybe we can take something like this, and I can just copy this. I'm going to go to Figma. If you're using a paid option of Figma, you'll have the ability to use ChatGPT inside of it, but feel free to go directly to ChatGPT, and I'm going to say increase the quality. And let's look at some other things that this video has. Yeah, nothing too much. So the quality, let's say increase the quality, and let's just click edit with GPT because this is too low quality. And then we're going to go to Kling.ai to make the animation of the video. So just go to Kling.ai, and there you'll have the ability to animate it. Not affiliated with Kling, don't have any affiliate links with them, but just click on the Explore tab, and then you're going to click on Video Generation. You can just upload the image here and just say animate the image. For the actual prompt, you can say something simple: animate this, make it spin, make it spinning noticeable, do not change the position or size, make it looped. So do not change the position or size will allow us to kind of mask it over the text, so it's not so the text, part of the text is not visible. Let's send it and see what it comes back with. In the meantime, let's build the UI of our hero section. So on motion sites, I'm just going to copy the UI. I'm gonna go to bold, and I don't want to really try to build something without this. So for the prompt, I like to put it into a new Google document here. So I'm just gonna remove all of this stuff except the hero section. So once we generated the video, we can take a link from that. Let's just place it in here. And copy all of this and send to the AI so we can see the first draft. Let's choose maximum quality. Take this prompt, and I want to make a few changes. First of all, the color should be black and white, so no oranges, no off black colors. The black for the background and the white for the headlines, for the text. And for the video, just use this video that I provided and use 100% opacity, so no overlays for it. And let's just send and see what it comes back with. And this is the result that we've got. To make the effect, we're just going to move the text at the top here. And then let me show you quickly how you can do that, so you can do that by yourself. Basically, what we need to do is just draw a rectangle in Figma first. Make sure it aligns perfectly with our image. Then let's say we have a headline here. And then you can ask AI to just subtract. And now if you ask AI to do that, it will do that. Then you can just export this element from Figma as SVG and ask AI to subtract that.
The fifth project is all about Figma. This is the only lesson that you'll need to use Figma for, and I'll show you just the basics of how to create animations, how to just think about the design in a way that designer would. Figma is way not necessary like it was before, but I use it like once a month or something. So just having a little understanding about it is useful. Let's get into it.
Figma has recently just rolled out this update where you can animate websites right inside of it, and you don't have to do it manually. You can just ask AI, basically click on this animation icon, and then you can ask AI to animate this. So just like this, animate this. And let's wait a couple of seconds. And there you have it. Let's preview it again. We have this animation that we now can customize. I can change the duration. And this is example of very basic one, but you can ask like some parallax stuff. Like if you have, for example, an element that you can place above it, we can ask Figma to kind of like put this element and animate the size, or I can just replace the video. I mean the video instead of picture, and once I click on the preview, we have this beautiful animation of revealing and then video playing in the background. And this is all that I'll be sharing in this video. I'll share all of my knowledge that I know about Figma, so you as a non-designer can create beautiful stuff. And actually now I can export this as a video from Figma. So if I click on export, it will begin the exporting process that I can share on social media, that I can send to my clients without any design software or video software. Another reason I'm making this video is that Figma has very large community. So if you want to find something, you can just click on any element. I click on the background now, and I click on find similar designs, click on community, and here I can have access to a lot of different websites for a lot of different community from all community. Like if I like this design, for example, I can just click insert, and there you have it. I have a new design that I can now very easy turn into code just by copying it and pasting into Figma Make. By the way, the things that I'm sharing in Figma, probably a lot of them are paid. I'm on $20 plan, which is not a lot, but this gives me access to all of the features that I'll be copying today. I'm not affiliated or sponsored by Figma, but I just wanted to share all of this. So let's say you like this image, but you wanted to remove the background. All you have to do is just click on remove the background, and Figma will do it for you. Also, you can do way more stuff that I'll sharing as well. So let's say I want to now change this car and make it look like it's a night. So let's say edit with prompt, make it a night. And I can just select ChatGPT image 2 since this is the new model, the best model, and click on generate and see what it comes back with. And in just a few seconds, we have this result that is a night now, and we can just replace it. Of course, we'll need to change the website to a dark mode because it doesn't look great, but there is a plugin called Dark Mode Magic, All you have to do is just click on it, and sometimes it just does a great job, sometimes it doesn't do a great job, but we can just make it white. And yeah, but also the same thing can be done with any design. So if I click on this and let's say I say animate this, and this is the result that you would receive. So as you can see, we have this beautiful revealing animation. Let me preview it again. As you can see, it animates everything perfectly. So this is what I like about Figma. But also, as I mentioned before, it's the biggest community. So in the design here, just click on community. And let's say I wanted to build a website for a company that has to do something with, I don't know, planes. So all I'd have to do is travel website. And there is a lot of different websites that can be a starting point for your AI generated websites, since you don't have to create all of the styles by yourself. You don't have to select the fonts, the sizes, everything will be already pre-built. So let's say I like something like this, and I can combine it. So I can also open this one. I don't really like the hero section in this, but I do like the second section. So all I have to do is just take it from here and just replace it. A lot of files. So yeah, let's just get rid of all of this stuff. And this will be built. This is not just the design. I'm just showing you like how it's going to look like in the design before I actually go ahead and build this using AI. So now I can just increase the size, move it all up here a little bit. And let's get rid of this third section. And for now, I'm going to make a duplicate of this. I'm going to just crop it so it's full height. And now we have two screens basically. Now let's go to the AI. So I'm going to open Figma Make now. Let's click on recent, and then I'm going to click on Figma Make. And I'm going to say, build out this website. I can select model here, which is great, but I'll just choose random, so default, and let's see how it goes. And here's the result. As you can see, it brought the design perfectly into code. Now it's an actual website that you can publish on the web, but let's make it interactive and animated. But before that, this video is not affiliated or sponsored with any of the tools that I'm sharing. The only tool that is my tool is Motion Sites, and here you can find all of the prompts mentioned in this video. You can just copy them. A lot of them are free, including this one, so you can just copy this. You can paste it into Figma and you'll get the absolutely same result as I just did now, because this is a very detailed prompt. So it includes all of the like links to the fonts, to the colors and stuff like that. So you'll get the absolutely same result. But now let's animate this video. And the way that we're going to do that is we're going to see the Figma. So the Figma is this way animated, and I kind of like how the text appeared. So what we can do is just find the layer for the mountain, which is this one, and it is named image 4. So we can go to our AI and we can say, whenever user starts scrolling, let's move image 4 up, and it will cover the kind of text. And then under that, let's reveal this section once user scrolls. And let's just put it into like this. And to reveal the section, we can now kind of paste this section. Totally not sure how he's going to build this, because this is just layers. This is not auto layout or anything like that. So the result probably will not be that great, but let's choose a model right now. Let's try using Gemini Flash, and let's just send that and see what it comes back with. And this is the result that we received. As you can see, once we start scrolling, the text is locked and the mountain covers it. Then we can see the next section that is created. This is very static. Obviously, it would be good to animate it and make it interactive as well. But this was just a quick demo that you can take an absolutely stunning design from community, and within minutes, turn it into an interactive website that you can now literally export. You can publish to your own domain. You can get the code and you can export to whatever you prefer, convert it to a React app, or publish it to any other platform like Lovable. You can just ask the AI to give you the code to rebuild this website into Lovable or whatever you prefer to do with this code. Publish it to GitHub, Vercel. Yeah, no limits for this. Just limit is your only imagination and what you're able to find on community. Let's get back to the original design that I showed you in the beginning, and now let's create a dark mode switcher right inside of Figma without using any design skills. So what I can do is just select any element and click on this AI icon here, and I'm gonna say turn or design a dark to light mode switcher using something like this component. And let's just click it and see what it comes back with. And this is what Figma created. As you see, use the colors and everything from that. And now I can show you how I can update it. So let's now get rid of this button and replace it with this thing. And create another option where it is actually a dark mode. So what I can do is just duplicate this. Let's make it dark mode first. Let's turn this text to white colors. So everything looks kind of like a light mode. Let's turn it to light colors. And now there's a plugin which is dark mode magic. I can just click on it. Let's do it again. I can just click on the dark mode magic. And now we have it into a dark mode. So now if we put the image of the night, let's create one more option of the night view. So all I have to do is just ask it nicely and it will do the job. To do that, I'll show that before, but I'll show it again. Just click on any image you want in the night view and then you'll have that ability. So let's just copy this new image. Of course, we wanted to paste it on the night view. And just like this, we have this. We need to change just this color of these circles. And to do that, I'm just going to make them white and make the opacity around 15, which would make it look a little bit better. The same here, instead of having this blue, I'll make it white and give it 15% opacity. I'm going to remove this one. And now I just need to create a transition between them. So all I have to do is just click on prototype here and just drag it. And on click, we have navigate to an instant. So now if I preview this, we can see that there's a night mode and there is a dark mode, and everything was built very easily, and it can be done with AI. You don't have to do it all manually. For me, it's just much quicker manually. One of the other things that I think a lot of people can benefit from is the new tool in Figma, which is shaders. So for this, all you have to do is just click on tools here and then click on shader effects, and you'll have cool effects. Like, for example, I can select this image and I can choose half tone, let's say, or whatever else, let's say wrap, or you can kind of see the previews of all of them here. So once I click apply, you can see that I can select different ones. I can change stuff here. We can even apply it to a text. So let's say color adjust, or let's say pixel something stretch. And it does like this cool things that we can now work with shaders here. There's a ton of them, so just go and play around with this. You can also create animations with this. So as you can see, it created this kind of stuff. Let's just remove this thing from the background. And let's kind of increase the size. So as you can see, there is a lot of cool stuff that you can do with shaders. And I assume you can apply the same thing to the video itself. So if we have this video and I select the video and I apply this broken blur here, let's see if it works to the videos as well. Yeah, it does, but I don't like it. Let's try something else. The good thing is that we can preview this. Let's click on, let's say, this one, filter presets, gradient, bloom. Let's apply on this one. Yeah, you need to play around with this to find something that worked for your case, but I thought that this is very cool. So this was it for this YouTube video. Hopefully you've learned a thing or two about Figma, how it works, and in this video I'll share with you step-by-step process of creating these scrolling animated websites. I'll share with you all of the prompts and all of the tips that I'm using to build websites like these using AI. I built more than 100 websites using AI, and all of them are animated with animated videos, with interactions, with animations. As you can see, everything is in code, in text. I didn't use Figma to build these animated websites, and everything also is mobile responsive. That is precious thing and great thing about AI building. We're going to be using Claude Fable 5 for this version. So you can select it here. There are two ways to actually use this option. First one is using Claude app. So you go to Claude AI and just download Claude, and you'll have this on your computer. Or you can use, what I'm using is Cursor. I'm not affiliated or sponsored with Cursors. I just found that it works way faster than Claude. So let's just up to you, whatever you use. If you use even online options like Google AI Studio or anything like that could also work as well. So yeah, let's start by just generating our images and videos and then building the websites. For the prompt, you can follow along. We're going to start with assets. So for the assets, it is abstract 3D forms hanging with wired cables. So this is what you can type on Pinterest. Pinterest is actually a great way to find inspiration for your designs. So just go here and you'll see a lot of different cool designs that were built by designers. You don't have to copy exactly. You can just take inspiration from that. So once you found that, the next step in our process is to actually create videos. So for the videos, we're gonna use MP4, and to generate that, I'm going to be using Higgsfield. Not affiliated or sponsored with Higgsfield. That's what I'm just using. You can use cheaper options. But after we generate our video, we'll have a result like this. For the prompt, you can type something like, let me quickly look at this. Which prompt could work? Yeah, so something like use image 2 first frame and the second frame, and the top of the cable stay fixed in the place, never moving. The bottom ends the cable extend, growing longer and move downward. Basically, you can just test and experiment with prompt. If you have some reference video, like for example, in the prompt that I'll send you, you'll have a link to the video, so you can actually use it as a reference. And the simplest way to do that is just basically asking AI to create a video exactly like this. So you'll have the exact same video and with any updates or changes that you want. After you have the video, we can start building our front end or our website. So for this, I don't usually like to ask AI to build a front end. I'll usually go to motionsize.ai and find font styles that I like. And then I can choose recent here. I can also choose free. And I'll have the ability to just find font styles and designs that I like. So let's say we like this one. All I have to do is just copy this. And then I would just go to Claude or Cursor. You would want to start a new project, and you would also want a new folder. So here you can just select new folder, name it something like scrolling lines 3D or whatever you prefer. And here you can just paste the prompt and say something like create me a hero section. I'll make sure that the voice app selected. I'm using VoiceOS, by the way, for the voice to text. A lot of you have been asking, not affiliated with them either, but now I can just basically talk to my computer. And all that I have to take from this prompt, since we're going to be building our custom UI, I just want to take the fonts, the UI elements, and everything else. I can just get rid of this. And now that we have the main styles, we can explain what we wanted to build. So for this one, let's go back to our prompt, which is this one. Again, the fonts are here, so we can just use this basically. Build me a simple 2-section website. The hero section should be on the black background, and the text should be white. Very minimalistic, no other elements should be on the page, just that. And then under the hero section, there should be another section. Also, pretty minimalistic, black background and some text on that section. build me a, and now we can choose Fable 5 and make sure that everything that we need is here. So global structure, we could also copy the whole prompt to build this, but I want to just show you the process that I would do. Let's just send that and see what it comes back with. And this is the result that we received. Let's add our video here and see how it looks like. So for the video, again, take this part from the prompt, which is assets, paste it in here. Just replace the link or the video with the ones that you've generated. Go back to cursor, paste it in here. And for the next part of the prompt, we're going to paste, which is scroll scrubbed video background. This is important for the video to play smoothly, or you can just convert the video to frames using the website JPEG MP4 to JPEG sequence, and you'll have a sequence of images that will not be lagging on any device, etc. For the simplicity of this tutorial, we're going to use the video, and let's just send that. Let's see if there is any other details in the prompt that we would need to include here. But actually, let's send that and see what it comes back with. One more detail: do not add any overlay on the video and do not change any colors on the page. Keep the content wide as it is and keep the video full opacity. And let's just send that and see what it comes back with. And this is the result that we received. As you can see, we have this nice scrolling animated website. Of course, we can update it. We can add more sections to it. But the biggest issue that I see right now is we make all of the content. Let's make all of the content on the page have full opacity. So we have now some pieces of text that have reduced opacity. Let's increase that to be 100% opacity and move the content in here section to the bottom, as well as add some more links to the nav bar. And in the second section, position text, position the content around the center. So some content on the left side, some content on the right side, and the center should be empty. And just send that and see what it comes back with. Let's use Fable 5. And this is what we've got. It is looking much better, but I want to try one more option. So for this, I'm going to again go to motion sites, and there is new prompt that I just uploaded. I want to take like this kind of futuristic font and add to it and see how it's going to look like. So I'm just going to paste it in here. Oops, not in there, like this. And I just want to find the font kind of style. So let's use this fonts, and we can select this and paste it in our cursor. And then also we need the sizes of the fonts. So headline, heading, or we can see what on 7. Yeah, so we can say something like this. Let's update fonts and the kind of design of our content on our page. Do not add any images if there are any in the prompt. Just update the fonts and the colors, and that's it. And now let's just send it and see what it comes back with. And this is the result that we've got in less than 10 minutes. If you just spend it on it a little bit more, maybe like 30 minutes to an hour, you can create something that would be award-winning quality. Now let me show you how you can actually grow on Twitter and find clients, because I think Twitter is the best thing for designers to find clients, even better than Upwork or YouTube. I've been on Twitter for a year and I grew it to 66,000 followers. And it actually brings me 90% of my clients, of my customers, compared to YouTube that I've been doing for 4 to 5 years. This is actually still a great platform for designers to grow. And I'll share with you the details. I took my account to grow and what kind of posts I posted and how I did that and how I started when I had 0 followers, because now it's pretty easy to post whatever I posted will kind of get likes. But in the beginning when I started, it didn't. So yeah, let me show you how I did that. And the first step is actually to post whatever you did is in a good quality, just record a screen of it. So let me just go to the cursor and say we have this piece of content. All I have to do is just use any recording tool like CleanShot or Screen Studio. These are paid and for Mac, so if you're on Windows, you can find something other. So let's just select the area that I wanted to record, and now we can just click video recording, and now it might be lagging because I have 2 video recordings working at the same time, plus 1,000 applications open. So yeah, now I can just take this and go to Twitter. And the way that I grew and the way that a lot of people grow, let me show an example, Victor. So they just tag profiles or companies that are bigger than me. So for example, I once mentioned Gemini and Logan, someone who works on the team with at that time like 10x followers than me. I was like a 5,000 or something, and he with 300,000 tagged me, and it gave me a lot of the people who saw my post saying base 44. Like if you just tag companies and they will repost you. And another example is this dude. He also just tagged me, and because my websites go viral, his post got 200,000 views because he used some of my prompts. So just tag bigger companies, and by doing that, they might comment, they might repost it, and you'll get some exposure from that. But again, your post has to be a good quality. Just look at this example. It is really, really good quality. And like he took one of the prompts for motion sites, which is this one, and he basically customized it to be something great. Like I see a lot of people just taking prompt from motion sites and literally changing like font and make it way more worse than originally were, and they tagging me thinking that I will repost it. Like I would never do that. The quality of the post should be something similar of this level if you want me to repost it, and it is possible you will get clients if you post something like this. And yeah, this looks really good. This doesn't look exactly like the prompt on the website, and that's what I'm teaching you, how to actually customize the stuff, not to make exactly like this. But yeah, so after you do this, you can just copy this basically as an example, upload this. Don't try to mention viktoroddy and then base 44, whatever, Google Anti-Gravity, 55,000 companies, Google AI Studio. If you do that, none of these will comment, because they basically, if they reposted or commented, they will advertise their competitors. And by doing that, why would they do that? So basically, if you tag a lot of the competitors, they do not want to give exposition or exposure to other companies. So just tag one person, keep very minimalistic. So GPT is very great at design, short sentence, then say something else like Inspo credits and one person for Inspo credits. And this is actually not only the posts look great, but actually the composition of your text, the tweet, is what matters on Twitter. It looks great, and then it has higher chance of going viral. So yeah, this is it. Another way to grow your customers is to do digital products. This is the very easiest one. What you have to do is just ask Cursor to basically turn this into a website where I'll be selling these kind of background videos, and then add a call to action to buy pack of 20 videos like these, which are scroll based, and there would be a link to a Lemon Squeezy or Pinterest for people to buy it for $9. And basically, if you can create 20 animated videos like these, then you can easily sell it for $9. And then if you add some more 20, then you have 40 videos, you can easily increase the price to $19. Then if you have 100 videos, you can sell that pack for $49. And if just like 10 people buy it a day for $49, you'll have $490 a day, and that equals to 14,000 a month. And trust me, 10 people to buy a day a quality pack of videos like this is very extremely easy, especially if you do and know how to do social media. You can achieve that results. And yeah, this was it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Thank you for watching this course. If you have watched, then I'm pretty sure you'll be able to create websites just like these using AI, and I believe that you can make a lot of money selling these to the clients or building your own website for your own company and making sure that it is good in terms of design, in terms of conversions, stuff like that. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.